just knew I wanted to go solo, and I wanted to have an artist name because, yeah, in Belgium most people have very long last names, and my first name is also Jonathan, pretty long. So I just wanted an alter ego. I didn't really consider using just Jonathan because I thought it was too normal, and I wanted something that was a little bit more mysterious. So one day I came up, oh, Milo would be nice. I added the W, that was my personal touch, and that's it. And again, you don't realize, I was a student then, you don't really realize that this is such a big decision. I just did it then, I liked it, and then you know, start going, and that's what happened. But in retrospect, I still like that, you know, that I have an artist name, and it's a little bit of tradition in Belgium. Most musicians with longer Belgian names, they have even if they're solo artists, they also have a band name. Where's my love, 'cause I don't know. I was 12 when I saw the first one, Pink Floyd. It was the very last time that Pink Floyd played in Belgium. And this was not even my choice, this was my dad and his friends taking me with them. This was mostly rock music, and then more like alternative, like Radiohead, Coldplay later, you know, all these bands, and yeah, but also Rage Against the Machine and Pearl Jam, REM. I don't know, all the bands who were touring then, I saw them, and I think they all had an influence on my music. The projection that these songs had, I think that's something that I learned from there, because when I'm making music, I also try to keep in mind that maybe one day I play them at a very big open air. It took a long time to find an audience and to find my place, and growing up in Belgium wasn't super easy in terms of for a musician, because it's a very small country. I still remember that feeling where I'm, you know, in my room writing songs and thinking, I want to show the world that they've been underestimating me, something like this, you know. But I still find myself sometimes noticing that I cherish that slightly underdog position thing, because I know that it's good for my creativity. Howling at the Moon is a journey for me. It's a journey in a way. It's been my journey along the way over the last 10 years, but I think it's a journey that everyone needs to make if you're a teenager or even later, where you're just trying to find your place. I wrote 30 songs maybe, but the fact I only chose my favorite, so there's something really special about all of these. Both the opening and the song and the final song of the album are really, really huge benchmarks for me. These are songs, both Waiting Around for Love and Way Up High, for different reasons are songs that I'm really proud of making, because I've never been able to make a song like this before. I thought you were gonna say in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So 5 years is a long time for me, because if I think about 5 years ago, I mean, so much has changed since then. And the thing for me is that I like change. I think change is a good thing, and I try to embrace it. I'm gonna take it, you know, 1 month at a time. I usually don't really look much further ahead, and if anything, I hope that by then I'm still making music. I hope that my style has completely changed too. Years ago, I was very much focused on finding an audience, having my sort of breakthrough. But as soon as that happened, I started thinking about the real holy grail for me, and that was, let's try to stay here for a while. That for me is much more important, so I hope in 5 years I'm still here. I feel very free. That's the first thing. I don't have a boss, no one tells me what to do. Every day I do, you know, what I like to do, and that's incredible. I think it's one of the best things of my life, that I'm 100% free. I think music is the best. You can squeeze so much emotion and so many messages in 3-minute songs. I think that's incredible. It's very powerful. I first went to university when I was still playing music, and I was also a bartender, but I had lots of time left because I wasn't so successful. Not as a bartender, no, as a bartender, but you know what I mean, as a musician. I'm constantly learning, and learning is everything about life, about politics, about the world, about music also, but I would say music is not as important for me to learn about. I want to learn about how people think and why they do things they do. If you ask someone who doesn't really like my music, they will say, innovation, Milow, that's not new. And I can see, what they do, but the good thing with music is, if you don't like what you hear, don't listen to it. The great thing is everyone is free to listen to the music they want to. That's the great thing, The risk is, of course, that you will, make mistakes and stuff, but I've always embraced that. I'd rather make mistakes if at least I would learn something. So that's what I would associate innovation. You have to take risks, and then hopefully you can end up somewhere interesting. Dankeschön.
Das war SCHiCK TV mit Milow. Bis zum nächsten Mal.